Your hidden years became the silent fracture in my forever. I loved a mirage painted with stolen decades. Time's veil hid your truth beneath soft lies. Your age was the secret I whispered to the night. I loved a story wrapped in shadows and silence. Your years were the wound no healing could reach. Time's quiet betrayal echoed in your hidden smile. I held love's ghost while you hid in time's shadows. Your false age was the ache I could never name. I loved the light, unaware of the darkness beneath. Your hidden years broke the rhythm of my heart's song. Time lied softly through your silent years. I loved a promise written on borrowed time. Your age was the invisible scar under my skin. Time's secret became the shadow stealing our dawn. I loved the myth, never the hidden truth. Your false years burned quietly in the night between us. I embraced a lie wrapped in your silence. Time's thief stole the future I dreamt with you. Your hidden age was the silence that shattered my trust. I loved a face that hid decades behind its smile. Your years whispered secrets my soul never wanted to hear. Time's lie lingered between every stolen kiss. I loved the dream, not the shadow of truth. Your false age became the ache in my silence. I held hope while you hid your years. Time's veil covered the wound beneath your smile. I loved you blind to the years you hid so well. Your age was the silent fracture tearing us apart. Time's cruel joke echoed through your quiet deception. I loved a story rewritten in your hidden years. Your false age was the ghost haunting my trust. Time's secret stole the forever I imagined with you. I loved a lie carved deep in silent years. Your hidden age was the shadow in our light. Time's hand erased the truth beneath your smile. I loved the illusion your silence created between us. Your years were the secret I mourned in quiet. Time's thief stole the story I thought we shared. I loved you, but your years betrayed my heart. Your false age was the wound I never healed. Time's silent betrayal hid beneath your eyes. I loved the dream, unaware of the years you hid. Your age was the shadow that stole our light. Time whispered secrets between your hidden years. I loved a lie dressed in borrowed youth. Your years were the silence breaking our sacred bond. Time's cruel mask hid the truth I longed for. I loved the face, not the decades you concealed. Your false age shattered the foundation of my trust. Time's quiet thief stole the forever we promised. I loved a ghost where love should have lived. Your hidden years became the pain I never spoke. Time's lie echoed through your silent years. I loved the dream, but you lived a different story. Your age was the wound beneath every whispered promise. Time's cruel hand hid your truth from me. I loved a myth hidden in your years. Your false age was the shadow eclipsing our love. Time's thief stole the forever I believed in. I loved the you I never fully knew. Your hidden years broke the rhythm of my heart. Time's lie whispered softly in your silent smile. I loved a story rewritten in shadows and silence. Your age was the secret I mourned quietly. Time's cruel joke was your quiet betrayal. I loved the illusion, not the hidden truth. Your years were the shadow stealing my peace. Time's veil covered the wound beneath your smile. I loved a lie carved deep in your silence. Your false age was the ghost haunting my trust. Time's thief stole the forever I dreamt with you. I loved a face hiding decades behind its smile. Your years whispered secrets my soul could not hold. Time's lie lingered between every stolen kiss. I loved the dream, not the shadow of truth. Your false age became the ache in my silence. I held hope while you hid your years. Time's veil covered the wound beneath your smile. I loved you blind to the years you hid. Your age was the silent fracture tearing us apart. Time's cruel joke echoed through your quiet deception. I loved a story rewritten in your hidden years. Your false age was the ghost haunting my trust. Time's secret stole the forever I imagined with you. I loved a lie carved deep in silent years. Your hidden age was the shadow in our light. Time's hand erased the truth beneath your smile. I loved the illusion your silence created between us. Your years were the secret I mourned in quiet. Time's thief stole the story I thought we shared. I loved you, but your years betrayed my heart. Your false age was the wound I never healed. Time's silent betrayal hid beneath your eyes. I loved the dream, unaware of the years you hid. Your age was the shadow that stole our light. Time whispered secrets between your hidden years. I loved a lie dressed in borrowed youth. Your years were the silence breaking our sacred bond. Time's cruel mask hid the truth I longed for. My dear, your years were a secret I never wished to uncover, yet here I stand, broken and awake. You hid your age like a shadow, but the truth shattered my soul's delicate light. Time's mask fooled me. Love's trust now bleeds in silent regret. Age was a whispered lie between our heartbeats, echoing forever in my loneliness. You sold me youth's promise, but bought my heartbreak in return. Behind your eyes, decades hid like thieves, stealing my innocence. I loved a story, but found only a hidden timeline of deceit. You aged in silence, while I aged in confusion and pain. The years you hid became the chasm I could never cross. Your false years burned a scar deeper than time itself. Love felt ageless, but your truth weighed heavy like gravity. I reached for forever, but you offered me borrowed time. The clock lied with you, and so did my heart. Your age was a ghost haunting every whispered promise we made. You folded decades into a smile, and I carried the emptiness. Truth slipped through your lips, disguised in velvet shadows. You fooled time, but not the silence that screams between us. I embraced a moment, unaware it was borrowed from a hidden past. Your age was the secret tattoo beneath our fragile love. You sold me dreams dressed in a borrowed timeline. The years you hid became my unspoken grief. I loved you across time, but you vanished behind lies. Your false age unraveled the tapestry we wove with fragile threads. I held a ghost in your eyes, silent and too old to love me fully. You fooled my trust, and it shattered like fragile glass. Your age was a lock. I never had the key. Time betrayed me through your quiet deception. I counted years, but you rewrote the numbers in shadows. You hid your truth beneath a youthful mask, and I mourned the real you. The lie of your age was the silence that killed our love. I loved your soul, but you hid your years in shadows. You fooled my heart with a story that never was. Your age was the silent wound bleeding beneath our smiles. The clock's hands betrayed me through your quiet lie. You wore your years like a secret I never deserved to hear. I loved a shadow of you, never the truth beneath. Your age was the invisible poison in our love's veins. I fell for a lie wrapped in the illusion of youth. Your years hid beneath your touch, cold and unspoken. Time's cruel joke was your silent deception. I loved a truth I never held in my hands. Your age was the story you never dared to tell. You fooled me, and my heart learned to bleed in silence. Beneath your smile, years waited like unspoken ghosts. I loved the you I thought you were, not the one hidden behind years. Your age was the secret that turned our love to ash. Time twisted itself around your quiet deception. You gave me lies dressed in youth's fragile disguise. I trusted a timeline that was never mine to hold. Your age was the silent thief of our forever. I loved your soul, but you hid your years in shadows. You fooled my heart, and I still carry the scars. Your years whispered secrets my heart refused to hear. Time's mask was your quiet betrayal. You hid behind youth while I searched for truth. Your age was the unseen wound beneath our love. I loved a dream, but woke to a hidden past. Your false years shattered my forever. Time was your accomplice in love's silent crime. I held love's promise while you hid your truth. Your age was the shadow behind our stolen kisses. I loved a story rewritten in silence. You fooled time and stole my heart's peace. Your years were the secret I was never meant to know. Time's cruel lie was your silent betrayal. I loved you, blind to the years you hid. Your AA was the wound I never learned to heal. The lie of your years echoes in my broken silence. You wore youth like a mask, hiding decades beneath. I loved your smile, not the years you concealed. Your age was the secret that turned love cold. Time's silence was louder than your hidden truth. I loved a past you refused to share. Your false age unraveled my trust thread by thread. You fooled my heart with years unspoken. Time's cruel joke was the lie you lived. I loved the illusion you painted with stolen years. Your age was the ghost haunting every heartbeat. I carried love's burden while you hid your truth. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. Your years were the silence that broke our sacred bond. I loved a truth buried beneath your quiet lies. Time's lie wrapped itself in your hidden years. Your age was the quiet storm beneath our love's calm. I loved you beyond the years you refused to share. Your false age was the shadow eclipsing my heart. Time's thief stole the story I thought was ours. I trusted a timeline that vanished with your secret. Your years were the silent betrayal in our love's song. I loved the you I never fully met. Your age was the secret I mourned in silence.